This your boy Life of Darius, aka Dre the Martian, and we are back. We're back today with the highly anticipated, the highly duplicated, yet rarely imitated. We're here today with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, brought to us exclusively by Ringo and the Boys. Let's get to it, man. Let's go. Yes, we are finally back with some Beatles on my channel, man. It's been a long 3 months, right? But I'm just gonna say it, man. Single Darius is kind of a beast, man. I'm not stopping anytime soon, man. I'm just letting y'all know, man. I'm going hard right now. Right? I ain't been single in a long time. I'm feeling a lot of new energy, a lot of new freedom. Right? And I hope that reflects in the productivity or something like that. Yeah. And I know I've gotten a lot of new subscribers since my last Beatles reaction, so I do just want to clarify something. Even though this is a channel where I react to all different type of bands, albums, you know what I'm saying, all type of different styles, subgenres, things of that nature. The head honcho on my channel has and probably will always be the Beatles, man. These are my goats. These are the guys who got me into rock music. And really, this is kind of the album that got me into rock music, weirdly enough. But this reaction is going to be a little bit different than all my other Beatle reactions because I've actually listened to this album before in my life, at least 2 or 3 times, right? For long time subs, y'all know about the rock rabbit hole that I went down in 2022 that caused me to even discover the Beatles and the beauty of the music they're making. And this album was the album, like out of all the bands I looked at, right, out of all the songs, all the albums, this album, and I think it's just the cover in of itself, just made me want to listen to it. Like, look at the cover. Look, like, what is this? But I do just want to clarify, like, when I say I listen to this album, I don't think it's the same as, like, when y'all listen to the Beatles, right? I just want y'all to know, man, I was in my bed high as hell, one AirPod in, just vibing out, right? And then when I listened to it again, I was in this chair playing this game, one AirPod in again, just vibing out, catching the vibe. So I didn't really intricately ever listen to this album. And worse than that is, up until about like 9 months ago, I thought John Lennon sung like 99% of the Beatles songs, right? I'm just going to be honest with y'all, bro, until I started doing this channel, man. That's just real. That's why I still wanted to make a video for this album, because I've learned so much more about the Beatles, so much more nuances, what they do musically, who does what sound belongs to who, that I feel like this would be a whole new listening experience for me 2 years later. Right? I'm not going to label it as a first reaction. It's just going to probably just say Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club reaction. It's not going to say first reaction because that's not what this is. It's in the same. I can't label it the same as all the other ones when it's just not. But I think it's still going to be enjoyable, man. We're here. Anyway, we're here today. All right, I'm not going to try to take too much more of y'all time. I will say that normally I do try to go back and review the previous album from whatever band that we're talking about. But I'm actually going to do a whole separate video from Revolver. Right? So we're just going to get straight into this album right here. We ain't going to talk about Revolver, but I got a lot to say about that album, man. Jesus. All right, so we're here today, man. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Track number 1, the title track. And as always, if you want the uncut version of this reaction, the Patreon is in the description below. And also, I started a new Discord because I kind of forgot the password to my other Discord account. Don't laugh at me. But I started a new Discord. The link to join that should be below as well. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Enough self-promo. On the track number 1, Sgt. Pepper, Lonely Hearts Club Band. Let's get to it. Oh. Yep. Paul, the Paul vocals on here is nasty. Hey, man. Hey, somebody gotta tell Ringo and George to chill on this one. Okay. Jesus. Hold on. Wait, just 1 second, Billy. Just 1 second. Jesus. All right, so that was track number 1, Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band. The title track, man, and let me just say the quality of that caught me a little bit off guard, y'all. Like, I'm a little bit used to the older Beatles albums now. I haven't heard the guitar sound that real since like the White Album, y'all. They ain't hit me that hard since the White Album. I love the sound of this intro, how it just kind of sounds like this deranged, like rock and roll circus. And that's kind of what this album is, man. I don't know. I feel like this album in particular might have set the standard of the intro. Like, not really trying to do too much, but more so just getting you into the flow of the album, showing you what the album's about to be about. I feel like that track kind of started that, man, because they're not trying to do nothing crazy on there. It's Paul McCartney on there riffing his heart out. It's George Harrison in the back, man. George Harrison on that guitar was filthy. You got Ringo doing what he do, man. Just yeah. It all came together perfectly on this one. Like the sound effects with the crowd, man. The way it's kind of like a concert. I'm sure this was like crazy for its time. Like just to have like a band making an album about being a band that they're not and like really talking about it like that. If that makes sense, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But great intro, right? Great way to start the album, man. It's time to dive into the meat and gristles, man. We on the track number 2. We got With a Little Help from My Friends. Let's get into it, y'all. What would you think if I sang out a tune? Lend me your ear. Nah. This is Ringo? The whole time I did not know this was a Ringo song. I've been giving Octopus's Garden the credit as like the GOAT Ringo song this whole time. But this right here, let me just finish re-listening to it real quick. But this right here, bruh, okay, let's get to it, man. That was a pleasant surprise. All right, let's go. I'm locked in now. Talk to me, Ringo. I'm locked in now. Try not to sing. That's crazy. That's Ringo saying that. That's so crazy. Okay, Ringo. Sometimes I with a little help from my friends. Oh my God. Oh, I like how he really getting help from the rest of the Beatles. Why am I so happy that this Ringo song? Listen to these dudes. Anybody? Yeah, Ringo. Hold on. Hold on. But hey, let me just get back to that track. Ringo, man, listen. Ringo, bro, yes. And 10 more yeses. Oh my God. All right, so that was track number 2 with a little help from my friends. And yeah, obviously I've heard this song before, but I didn't know this was a Ringo song. I didn't know this was Ringo's Whoop. And Ringo really, this might be his best shit. Like I said on Octopus's Garden, I never heard Ringo sound that confident vocally, but on here, I think it started on here, bro. He was reveling in the fact that this was his song, bro. And I love the concept of the song being called With a Little Help from My Friends. And literally you can hear the Beatles in the background helping him with the harmonies. Like that is so crazy. And just to talk about the song, man, lyrically, it's such a uplifting song, bro. Like the bop, like the little groove. I get mine with a little help. Oh, that little groove that they caught on there, man. Yes, instant hit. I'm sure that was a hit back in the 60s. I'm sure y'all was going crazy to that because I would have been too, man. What? But anyway, enough gushing over that track, man. Beautiful job, Ringo. I think I just found a new favorite Ringo song, and I was a little sad, y'all. I was a little sad because I didn't think it was gonna be any more. Right? Like we didn't already listen to most of the albums. I knew it wasn't any Ringo songs I liked on Sgt. Pepper and Magical Mystery Tour, or I thought there weren't. Right, so to just have this, bro, that just really made me happy, man. That really made me happy. But anyway, on to track number 3, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Okay, let me talk to y'all for a second, please. When I told y'all about my 2022 fall into the rock and roll rabbit hole, it was just kind of me, you know how streaming is, man. You just, every single artist in your phone, just at a press of a button, you can listen to whatever you want to listen to. And that's what I was doing. I looked up, literally, I went on Google and looked up the greatest rock bands of all time. And then went on Apple Music and listened to some of them rock band songs. I'm like, I'm trying to hear what they talking about. And then at some point in that excursion, I stumbled upon the Beatles. And I'll be honest with you, I bumped a couple of, like, I think it was like, Here Comes the Sun and some other shit like that. And it was like, okay, this is cool. But it ain't really that interesting, man. Why is the Beatles like the Beatles, right? And then I stumbled upon this song. The title caught my eye instantly. I'm like, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I gotta check this one out, y'all. And let me just say, bro, the trip and the epiphany I had listening to this song. I'm going to let it play real quick, get y'all reaction to it, and then I'm actually talk about it. But, bro, let's just get into it, bro. This song means so much to just me and my Beatles fandom, and I just had to let y'all know before we got into it. But track number 3, this is definitely a song I know the most on this whole album. I know every lyric on this song. Every lyric, every beat, everything, man. Track number 3. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Let's go. Oh, and it's remastered. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all, but one thing, I remember I used to listen to this song and I could never listen with two headphones in. I could never listen with two headphones. Because like it would do this weird thing where it would like pan to one side and the drops wouldn't hit as hard. And that kind of stopped me from being able to listen to it, just like immersing myself in it. I had to listen to it on speakers with one earphone. Or like put my shit on mono. And, come on, man. It's with the mono like that. But so it's gonna be like my first time listening to a remaster, man. So let's go. Enough geeking for now. Let's go. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with kaleidoscope towering over your head. She's got the sea in the sky with diamonds. Past the flowers that grow so incredibly high. Oh. This might be my favorite song ever. Like my favorite song ever. Oh, what was that? Oh my God! Why is this? They put new instruments in? This should be illegal. They damn near tried to make this shit illegal, didn't they? Shit like this, Summer of Love. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm sweating. Hold on, I need some water, bro. Alright, so that was track number 3, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And that fucking I don't know what they did differently on that last little chorus break right there, bro. But that shit hit so hard, I dropped the blunt. I had to drop the blunt, y'all. I had to drop the blunt, y'all. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, back to the story I was getting to before we listened to the song, man. When I first sat down and just heard this, the first thing that caught me was the vocals. Right, the vocals instantly, when he came in, picture yourself in a boat on a river. It was like, I was like, bro, what? This is like the most stereotypical British voice I've heard in my life. But it sounds really good. Like, why does he sound so nasally? And like, what is this? That's the first thing that caught me off guard. And the lyrics start coming in. Picture yourself in a boat. Like the imagery that he was putting together, right? So now I'm sitting there listening like, okay, like, what the hell? Okay, they're taking me somewhere. Where they trying to take me? And then when he says, somebody calls you, you answer quite slowly. The girl with kaleidoscope eyes, and his vocals like kind of dissipated in that psychedelic way. At that point, he had my attention. Now I'm like, hold on, what's going on? I promise y'all, all I did was just close my eyes. You know how I be, y'all see in the reactions when a song get really deep to me, I just close my eyes and get lost. That's what as soon as that part came in, I ain't even know what to do anymore. I just had to just close my eyes. Like, what's about to happen? And let me tell y'all something right now. The moment that Lucy in the Sky drop came with those 2 little drum hits, and then the smash into the hook, is the moment I became not just a Beatle fan, but a fucking rock fan. Right, but a fucking rock fan, bro. And that's why I just had to take time to talk about that song, because it's really, really, if I never heard that song, I don't know if I'd be doing this right now. Like, that's how important that song is to me, and it's literally my favorite Beatles song, right? My favorite John Lennon song, like, you know, just probably one of my favorite songs ever. It was one of my most played songs of 2022 when I first got into this shit, so it's like, yes. I know that was a lot of yapping, man, but come on, man. Y'all know what this is about. Life of Darius. We gonna talk. We gonna talk, man. If you want to listen to the song, link in the description, man. If you want to listen to the whole song, the whole album, anything like that. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to track number 4, Getting Better. And we're starting to get into the part of the album I'm a little less familiar with, but I still heard all of this at some point in my life. So I can't sit here and act like it's my first time hearing it. You feel me? So let's get into it. Track number 4, we got Getting Better. Let's get to it, y'all. I used to get mad at my school. It makes sense as a Paul song. Yep. Come on. It's getting better. Since you've been mine. Yeah. What the fuck? I thought this shit was about school. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, that was track number 4, Getting Better. Amazing song. Makes a lot of sense that it was a Paul McCartney song, but apparently it wasn't just a Paul McCartney song. Cause I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I kind of got threw off towards the end because I think, why John Lennon just come in like that? And maybe I just wasn't listening hard enough when I was bumping this album, but I don't remember that part, y'all. I don't remember John coming here admitting to beating his wife. Beating his wife, man. I mean, I know John Lennon a little flawed human being for sure, man. So, Jesus, man, that just got dark real quick, but I don't like how he did that. And listen, man, John Lennon and his history or whatever he got going on is a much serious topic, very much different video. I'm not gonna let him come suck all the energy out of this reaction like that, man. But Run for Your Life is a little different because that's like fantasy. On here, he's like saying, yo, I beat my wife, which is just, come on, man, not in the middle of this beautiful ass song, John. Come on. And I get it because the concept was about getting better, but it's like a Paul McCartney song. It's definitely a Paul McCartney song with like a Paul McCartney style. In the first verse, I'm pretty sure, wasn't he talking about school on the first verse? Am I tripping? I used to get mad at my school. The teachers who taught me weren't cool. Like, yeah, like what? Nah, John, nah, man. But anyway, beautiful song. But all in all, a good song, man. This is definitely an S-tier Paul McCartney style song right here, like one of those happy-go-lucky joints. This is one I would bump because it's still a good message. Right, that first verse is a little corny to me, but you know, it's Paul McCartney, man. It's kind of cheeky and adorable at the same time, man. So all in all, great song. Obviously, we're 4 for 4. This album is it 13 to 13? We'll get to that at the end, actually. But we're 4 for 4 right now. We just need to move on to the next song, man. That just was crazy. Track number 5, we got Fixing a Hole. Let's get to it, y'all.
I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in.
Oh, talk to me. Oh yeah.
And kept my mind from wandering where it will go.
Oh, this groove is nasty.
It really doesn't matter if I'm wrong and right.
Talk your shit, Paul.
See the people standing there, disagree, but never in a
Oh my God, the strings, the riffs, the melodies. Jesus. Yo.
silly people run around, they worry me, but never ask me why I don't get past. I don't
God.
fixing a hole where the rain gets in. Stops my mind from walking.
Hey, I forgot. We back to the shorter songs, man. It's the Beatles, man. I forgot. Okay, this ain't letting them right now. All right, that was track number 5, Fixing a Hole, and to actually talk about the music this time, man, I really, really love what they did with that song, man. Like that song has so many layers and different styles to it. It's hard for me to even pinpoint one part, man. Let's just talk about Paul, okay? I kind of hinted at it in the Music Box USA Rubber Soul video and kind of saying that Paul is really growing on me. He's really creeping up on that top Beatles spot for me personally. Like, you know, I know about my John Lennon bias, man. John Lennon is what got me into the Beatles. Right, he was always the most interesting, like, personality to me. But actually sitting here listening to all these albums, absorbing all this music, and just hearing what each one does with each of their songs, man, Paul ain't missed in a minute, y'all. Like, it's been a minute. I can't remember the last time I heard a Paul song on one of these reactions, and I was like, not blown away. And then I gotta give George and them in the background their credit, man. Them guitar riffs, bro. When he came in with the when I'm wrong, I'm right. And then I'm wrong, and then it just dropped like, vroom, vroom, like, oh my God. It's like, this is pop, but it still has so many of them little edgy, hardcore qualities to it, that song right there, and that's what makes it so unique. That song, I really like that song. One of my favorites at this point in the album for sure, right? We're obviously 5 for 5. Right, we're going to move on, though, to track number 6. We got She's Leaving Home. Let's get to it, y'all. Hold on, I got to give Paul McCartney credit for that one riff he did. What'd he say? I'm fixing a hole when the rain is in. Like, oh my God, they showing their ass on here, man. And I can see why. After Revolver, I can see the confidence was at an all-time high. They're like, but we're them. Like, we're them dudes now, y'all. It's not really much competition. It really wasn't much competition before in terms of like sales and all that, but now it's really not no competition. Like, y'all can't even mess with us artistically. All right, y'all got to catch up now artistically. So that's crazy. But anyway, now on to track number 6. She's Leaving Home. Oh, is this that?
Morning at 5 o'clock.
It's not the song I'm thinking of.
Silently closing
think that's the 64 song I'm thinking
Leaving
of.
the note that tears to the kitchen, clutching her handkerchief. Sight she is free. We gave her most of our life. We gave home after living alone for many years.
Oh, shit.
And cries to her husband, Daddy, our baby's gone. She's leaving, never after living alone for so many years. He's having, we did
Come on, bruh. That's fucked up, man. I had to say that. Holy shit. Damn, I need to start pausing at the end of them shits, bro. Cause what the fuck? Alright, so that was track number 6, She's Leaving Home. And I'm gonna try to keep my energy up for this one, man, because I already had enough sad moments listening to these songs, reminiscing on my situation, man. But this song right here, just lyrically, me taking me out of it, lyrically, this song is nuts. The lyric, she's leaving home after living alone for so many years, is so fucking bad. Like when I read that shit and he said that shit, bro, that shit hit me in my chest, bro. It hit me in my chest. Like I felt the lyric, like inside of me almost. It's insane. And then it doesn't help that the arrangement on here is so beautiful and lush and just like, oh my goodness. Like it sounds like something beautiful is leaving you. Like it literally sounds like something beautiful is like being whisked away from you. All you can do is just look at it. Like that's kind of like, bro. This is where I got an issue with the Beatles, man. I got to call the Beatles out right here, man. Y'all didn't have to do this at the end, bro. Y'all didn't have to do this at the end, bro. You started talking about the girl going to link up with another man. That's cool. That's cool. I understand. That happens, man. That's life, bro. But you didn't have to mention that she is having fun. Like, why would you sing that in the most beautiful cadence possible? Don't sing that like that, bro. That was kind of disrespectful of the Beatles. Okay, but all seriousness, great song. Like, it caught my attention instantly. I couldn't do anything but sit here, listen. Paul is just an immaculate writer, bro. An immaculate writer, an immaculate artist, an immaculate human being, man. Just the Macca. The Macca. He's immaculate. I think I just made that up. Yeah, immaculate Macca. And it's funny because from the moment that I finished listening to Abbey Road, this album right here got kind of pushed back in my favorite Beatles albums rankings. It was always my favorite Beatles album because it was really the only one I like kind of listened to for real, right? So it's funny, after listening to all these Beatles albums the couple last months, there were actually a couple that kind of could pole vault this. Abbey Road, Rubber Soul, and Revolver all had a chance to really rank over this for me personally. But sitting here actually listening to this, bro, how all these tracks flow together, the layers in these tracks, the writing, bro, the harmonies, the guitar, bro, George is tripping, bro, like everything, bro, about this is insane. If this reaction does one thing for me, it might remind me that this is, in fact, the best Beatles album. But we still got like, 7 more tracks to get through. Something bad could happen, man, but I don't think it does. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Anyway, let's go on to track number 7. We got Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. Let's get to it, y'all.
There will be a show tonight.
Talk to me, John. John, you can't let Paul flex on you like this.
Men and horses, hoops and garters, lastly through a hogshead. Mr. K will challenge the world. The celebrated Mr. K performed.
What the fuck is this she shanty?
Henry the horse dances the waltz. The kite is humming the bill.
Oh shit. Great mistake, man. That was a hard ass outro right there. I ain't gonna lie, man. Very, very clownish, but kind of liked it. Okay, so that was track number 7, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, and John Lennon still got something to say. I appreciate that, man. I ain't heard from John in a minute. Right, he was doing some background vocals on a couple of the Paul joints, man. But I needed this right here, man, because Paul was bodying it. He was bodying it. Let's just be honest. And I don't know, man. I feel like John Lennon was the only one who got the memo of, like, this is supposed to be like this kind of circusy, cartoony vibe type of album, man. Like, both of his songs, Lucy in the Sky and Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, both sound like fucking circus shows, but like in the best way possible. Like the Beatles, like these dudes went in the studio and made carnival music palatable. I'd like that's what this is. Like, that's what this song is right here, man. You got to give John Lennon credit for that. Kind of wonder who Mr. Kite is though, man, because I was at first getting Bungalow Bill flashbacks, man, but this is nothing like Bungalow Bill, man. Don't ever put this in the same breath as Bungalow Bill. I know some of y'all out there probably do. Don't do it. This is a great song right here. Mr. Kite, I think this is just John Lennon just doing what John Lennon does, man. Tongue-in-cheek writing. Somehow makes it work, man. So great song. Obviously 7 for 7, but we're on to track number 8, Within You, Without You. I think that's what it's called, but let's get to it, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, this song. This song right here. Let me just say something real quick. I don't think I've ever listened to this song a day in my life. I've heard it, like it started up, and I like heard like the first like 45 seconds to a minute, but every time I think I skipped this song. Right, I just didn't appreciate anything that was going on in this song. I'm pretty sure this is the George Harrison effort. This obviously is a George Harrison effort. Nobody else is. It might be John Lennon could do this, but it's probably a George Harrison effort. So, I'm a little bit warmer to George Harrison. I'm a little bit warmer to these type of joints after Love You Too on the last album. So we're gonna give it a chance. We're gonna actually listen to the song and see if there's some value to it besides just what the fuck. All right, let's get to it, y'all. Track number 7, track number 8, Within You, Without You. Let's go.
Above the space, a glimpse of truth. When it's far too late, we were talking about it, but with our love, they only and to see.
The production is actually pretty good, interesting. Maybe I'll say interesting more than good. Preach. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Okay, George. Okay, so that was track number 9, I believe, Within You, Without You, and that was my first time listening to that song from start to finish. Right, and I will say I have very, very mixed feelings about that song, man. Like, it's lyrically, I will say George, obviously he was writing in like this very meditative, like heal the world, self-motivative, no, not self-motivative, really just motivation for anybody. Like the style he was writing in, I love it. I love the message that George was sending on this song. You can't discount that, right? That's very important. But why you have to do it over this beat in the middle of this album? Let's talk about it, George. Why'd you have to do it over this beat in the middle of this album, man? And maybe I'm being too critical, man, but I just, this is like, it just drug a little bit. If you were gonna do this, maybe it shouldn't have been 5 minutes. Like maybe it should have been like 3 minutes. Like Love You Too. The reason Love You Too works because it's short. But not only is it short, but it also has like some type of groove to it, some type of rhythm. And this obviously has a rhythm, but this is not anything I'm used to. Maybe it's just me and my meager taste. But I just wasn't really necessarily feeling that one until like that little last leg where like the background started swelling like after George verses. It was like he was kind of playing with the production a little bit, like getting interactive with it. I really like that part. But I don't know, man. I don't know if that's when I'll be bumping like ever. But But I feel like maybe if I listen to this in a different setting on its own, it would hit a lot harder to me because I don't hate the song. Like, I'm not sitting here treating this like a Bungalow Bill or a Little Child or anything like that. I'm not treated like that. But just in the middle of this album, all the momentum that was going on, just 8 straight, not just good, like 8 straight classic tracks, damn near like, and then we get George just Georging around, man. Come on, man. You was killing the guitars too, bro. You been bodying the guitars all album. Like, why you? Come on, man. Basura. But anyway, we're on to track number 10, I think, When I'm 64. And judging from them little fucking cartoon trumpets I heard when we first transitioned to this song, I think this is what I was thinking about when we heard She's Leaving Home. I thought She's Leaving Home was about to be this song. But this song is... Let's just listen to it, okay? All right, track number 10, When I'm 64. Let's get to it, y'all.
When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, birthday greetings, bottle of wine.
Hello. Okay. I was ready to hate. Oh. This shit kind of sweet, y'all.
Send me a postcard. 64.
Don't hoo, Paul. He hooed. Oh my God. Paul hooed. He just strikes me as a who type of dude, man. But all right, man. Let me just say. Okay, my fault. My mic cut out. But as I was saying, I was prepared to come in here and step on this song right here. Trash this song. Just look at the camera like this the whole time, not say a word, just laugh because like this to me used to be like one of the corniest songs I've ever heard in my life. Right? So just like with it, I want y'all to know I didn't just skip one song. No. I skipped 2. Okay, I got With and Without You. And When I'm 64, I don't need to hear y'all. Right, I don't need to hear y'all. I don't even know why y'all in my library still. Okay? But today, in 2024, I do have to admit that listening to this right now, first of all, this song is a lot more. This song is really good. Like, it's really layered. The harmonies obviously are on point. Like, this is, I feel like a lot of the other songs that I hated, like on the White Album that were in this style, were very stripped back of these elements, at least 1 or 2 of them. This one still has all the elements of like the earlier songs on this album with like the harmonies, the great arrangements. Lyrically it was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie, this song was kind of cute, right? So everything about this was too good for me to sit here and hate. I ain't gonna lie, this might be a top tier. This might be the best one. Might be Paul's best granny song, right? I'm not using that term in an insulting way, man. I love my grandma. I'm a grandma baby, man. That's never using that in an insulting way. It's just, I think it's a funny term. I'm sorry. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. It's pretty obvious. This is Paul McCartney's album, right? I don't know if there's much John Lennon could do to rescue himself on this one, right? I don't know what other songs at the end are John Lennon songs. If all 3 of them are John Lennon songs, possibly. But even then, man, Paul, he done did so much on here, putting it like he done relegated John to the background. He got John harmonizing like he George Harrison. Paul was in the studio treating John like George, man. He was the big dog now. That's crazy. But yeah, man, Paul, he's doing the damn thing on this album, man. Doing his damn thing. Not one bad joint, not one iffy joint, not one. He's locked in. Paul's locked in, and I'm locked in too. Cause we on the track number 10. We got Lovely Rita. Let's get to it, y'all. Well, that feel kind of good, y'all. Is that a bad thing? I don't remember this song much, but I have heard it before. I know I have. What instrument is that, man? What new instrument they invent that time? Talk to me, Ringo. Hey. I like that. Well, he really got John relegated to the background. This is insane. Yeah. Some Michael Jackson shit right here. Yo, these dudes are free. What else is it to say about these dudes, yo? What else is it to say? That's Lovely Rita, man. And once again, just the Beatles in top tier form, bro. It's so insane, just the development, man. Like how far we have come from Love Me Do, to like things like this. Like that song right there was kind of just like a regular joint on here, but it still was amazing. Like a joint like that on one of the earlier albums, I would have been sitting here like, because they would have been doing some bullshit, right? It wouldn't have been as deep as this. It wouldn't have been as layered as this. The development over these 4 years from these dudes, it has to be just because when you listen to these songs now it's starting to be like when I listen to Led Zeppelin and all these other bands where it's so much good going on everywhere. It's like I can't catch everything. Everybody's going crazy. Every part of the arrangement is where it's supposed to be, and that is just, oh my God, man. Oh my God. Listen, let's get through this, man. It's gonna be a long video, bro. Oh my God, I did not want this video to be that long. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but it's life. It's life. Hopefully y'all made it this far, man. We on the track number 11. We got Good Morning. Good morning. Let's get to it, y'all.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's your boy been? Nothing to do with
Ringo, chill. It's okay, Ringo. Y'all done enough.
Everybody knows there's nothing doing. Everything is closed. It's like a ruin. What you see is half asleep. Everybody on the street.
I was spitting.
Decide to take
He was rapping.
people running by.
That's how you feeling, George? That's how you feeling, George?
Somebody needs to know the time lapse. I've got nothing to say, but it's okay.
Is that a deer? Okay, beautiful transition, first of all, from the barking to the, is that a chicken? Beautiful transition, first of all. But, oh my God. Let's clap it up for Sir George, Mr. George Harrison real quick, man, because Jesus Christ. You want to talk about making a statement, man? That guitar solo by George was nuts, man. And I'm not even going to lie. Can I say this real quick? I'm going to have another honest moment with y'all, man. A lot of Beatles songs don't even really be having the craziest concepts, but they're saved by like everything else the Beatles are doing, like how good they are vocally, like instrumentally. Like these songs sometimes don't even be like the craziest with concepts. Like I think y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but that song really ain't talking about nothing. But good morning, right? And obviously it was saying more than that, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's not the deepest song, but it's right. It's not the deepest song, but it's so layered. It's just a good ass time to listen to. All right, like this album, that's one thing I'll say about this album over pretty much any other Beatles album is it's just fun to hear. Like it's fun to hear all this stuff going on. Like it's fun to hear. Sans Within You Without You. That wasn't very fun. Right, but everything else is just bang up perfection. We're 10 of 11. We're 10 of 11 right now, man. 10 of 11, but a strong 10 for 11, man. I expected it to be kind of less than that. Right, I expect it to kind of be, I don't know. Like, because I've been downplaying this album so much over the past 7 months in my head because I'm thinking, like, oh, no, all these other albums are way better than that. Like, what I remember on that album, man, it wasn't that great. It was that great. But anyway, on to track number 12. We got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Reprise. They're running it back, man. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Talk to me. Come on, take me on. We ain't even gonna talk about that one, man. We going straight into the outro. Track number 13, A Day in the Life. Beautiful, gorgeous song. Just get lost with me, y'all. I love in a car.
But he was really sure he was from the House of Lords. The English army had just won the war.
Uh-oh.
Having read
I just had to look. Yeah? Paul.
to comb across my head.
Oh, it's the duo?
Noticed I was
I listen to this part very much, y'all.
Find my coat and grab. Hey, oh boy.
John Lennon has the voice of an angel, man. I don't care what anybody says. Talk to me, Ringo. How long, Ringo? Okay, so that was track number 13, A Day in the Life. And yeah, I've definitely heard this song before. I don't think I really cared much for the Paul McCartney part for when I heard it. And the outro, like, that is, I don't remember this shit being that fucking insane, nuts. I don't understand what the hell was going on at the end right there, but I kind of liked it a little bit. Like, I kind of liked it. I kind of like how they ended the album right there. This is definitely the Beatles' best outro, right? And the fact that it's a Paul and John McCartney kind of, like, it starts off as a John Lennon song, and then he let Paul come in and do his Paul shit on here real quick, bro. Like, Paul was really, like, Paul, bro, like, chill. Like let John have his moment, man. But nah, in all seriousness, man, that was a great song. Beautiful moment. What else did to say? Ringo bodied it. Hey, man, Ringo made a statement to me on this album, man. Y'all, yeah, some of y'all be hating on Ringo drumming, man. I don't know. I have been listening to a lot of other bands besides the Beatles now, and I will say, you know, sometimes it can seem a little lesser, but on this album, I ain't that shit. Just because he ain't in that mud don't mean it ain't good. You know what I'm saying? He had me bopping my head the whole time. You know what I'm saying? He got a nice little rhythm, nice little flow to it. That's all you need, man. That's all you need. But that was track number 13. This album was great, right? 12 or 13. And I'm going to give Within You Without You another chance at some point, but I'll digress. So yeah, that was the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I guess you could call it a re-reaction, just listening to it with, you know, actual ears, actual attentiveness, and things of that nature, man. And I loved it, man. I told y'all this album was special to me, and this album kind of got me into rock, and I can kind of see why, because there was just a lot going on. I love eclectic shit. In rap music, I love eclectic rap music, weird things going on, weird sounds, weird voices, like people like Danny Brown, things like that. That's my style. So this music, just everything that was going on, just appealed to me, and now it appeals to me even more. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I was saying Rubber Soul was my favorite, but let's get to the track list real quick. Right, my favorites from this album are definitely the intro, With a Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Getting Better, Fixing a Hole, She's Leaving Home, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite. And honestly, after Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, we kind of hit a tad of a hitch in the album. Like, Within You Without You is a good song, interesting song, like, great idea, but I just don't know if it was the right time for this type of song, man. But that's just my personal opinion. And then When I'm 64, listening to it now, I actually really enjoy this song, so that's not a slip up necessarily, even though it is very cheesy. The Beatles gotta have a cheesy song on there, man. It's a Paul McCartney, it's damn near a Paul McCartney album. So it's gotta have a song like this on here, right? But then Lovely Rita, Good Morning, and The Reprise, these are all good songs. Well, Lovely Rita was great. But Good Morning, and The Hearts Club Reprise, great songs. But, you know, nothing too crazy, like nothing too out there. And maybe that's because I'm listening to it now. Maybe this stuff was actually crazy at the time, a song like Good Morning, like a song that, like, I'm hearing now. Because the guitars on the Reprise, I will give those credit. The guitars on the Reprise, like the production, like you could tell that they was just like jamming out in there. That was like they kind of, how Led Zeppelin at the end of the album just started jamming the hell out of nowhere. This was their moment on this album where they just was like having the time of their lives. So I will get a Reprise credit for that. Outside of Lovely Rita and A Day in the Life, the second half does kind of lag a little bit, but you know. But yeah, still a classic album. 10 out of 10. Would do again. Will do again. Probably gonna do again as soon as I press stop on this camera right here. I'm probably gonna listen to this shit again, man, because there's just something about this that just, I don't know, it just appeals to me, man. It just appeals to me. I think it's just the cover, man. I really like this cover. Like, this cover is special to me. I don't know who these people are, but I know they're all somebody, and it's just like, I think most of them are dead. Like, I think they were dead at the time of this, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. But it's great to see the progression of the Beatles, man, how the Beatles have went from from Please Please Me's and Love Me Do's and Christmas jingles to just the greatest band in the world, maybe the greatest band ever. Like, I've seen it in real time. Like, it's almost surreal just listening to these songs right after living with all the other albums for so long during this year. But I think that was the right way. That's the way it should have been done, you know. It worked out perfectly, in my opinion. I'll be back at y'all tomorrow with another album. It's going to be a surprise. I'm not going to spoil it this time, but I think y'all going to enjoy it. But yeah, Life of Darius, Dre the Martian. Love y'all. Gang. All right, with that being said, my bid y'all adieu. It's your boy Life of Darius, a.k.a. Lovely Rita. And I am Jesus, sandals, man. This was a doozy.